Mom.
Huh?
Is it really you?
Yes, yes, of course it is.
Damn it! She's back.
Back? Back from where? Oh, God, no. Back from where?
Ooh, John's gonna love this. And a little bit of this.
You took Shane inside, right? You didn't just drop him in front?
I took him inside.
And he had his inhaler?
In his pocket.
Echo was there, right? She was like down the hall or at the store.
She was there. She and Shane are gonna see a movie.
And you reminded her that he is not to go off by himself.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be fine. Shane's gonna have a good time tonight.
I just want him to be okay.
It will happen, okay? He has a lot of support.
Yeah, but he needs friends. He needs kids his own age. I don't know what happened. There always used to be kids here. It's like they just disappeared.
It will happen. Shane is gonna have a ton of friends. Okay, and that little bastard who tortured him won't happen again.
Shane said something about Brody wanting to talk to you.
Yeah, it's nothing. Does this stuff go upstairs, or?
What did Brody want? Balsam?
Jack went to the cops.
Jack Manning?
Do you remember we saw him at the hospital, how he had gotten beaten up by some thugs? Well, he says that I hired him, and he wants to press charges.
Jack Manning, who has been torturing Shane for months. That is some nerve.
Like father, like son.
Shane almost killed himself, but Jack Manning's the victim. And he's accusing you. Unbelievable. Everybody knows Clint hired those guys. And I know how you feel about him, but part of me can't wait for him to recover so I can thank him.
What are you doing?
Oh, Mayor Lord!
Oh, hello. Excuse me. Please tell me how Clint Buchanan is doing.
If you hadn't called that ambulance, he wouldn't be here.
Aspirin now.
Not yet. First, you confessed to me that you made it look like David had abandoned me at the altar when in fact you had him kidnapped.
God, I'd rather die.
Oh. Have it your way.
You're a hero, Mayor.
The last thing I remember was Tess coming over, and we argued, right? Oh, God. Was I...
Nikki Smith.
And Jean Red.
Oh, God. And this is the courthouse, so it's writer's hearing. Please, please tell me I haven't ruined everything.
Holy cannoli. Scare a girl half to death, why don't you?
Listen, I heard a noise. I thought someone had broken in.
I swiped the pass key when Roxy wasn't looking. I didn't think she'd do me any favors, given that I'm stealing Natty's guy.
Yeah, look, well, what are you doing here besides, making a mess?
I was trying to get a jump on dinner. I thought I'd surprise you.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. But now I have to go out and get some new eggs.
Well, believe it or not, I have eggs.
Yes, you do. Yes, from last October. I will be right back.
Hey, wait, look, you didn't get my message.
No. You gotta work.
I'm having dinner with Marty Saybrook.
Lord. John, hi.
You're expecting Lieutenant McBain?
Dr. Bahari, what are you doing here?
We need to talk, Marty. I know what you did.
Anything I said to you in our session about changing Liam's paternity records and making it look like Brody's the father and not John, that's all privileged.
I'm talking about what you did after the session.
I mean, thank God Jack wasn't seriously hurt. That would be different. But he's fine. And if it means that he thinks twice before he bullies somebody, if I'm honest, I'm glad it happened. And that Clint stepped up for Shane. I mean, that's kind of amazing. I just don't want you to get in trouble for something Clint did.
I don't think it'll be a problem. Brody assumed that it was Clint, given his history. I'm not exactly the kind that would hire muscle.
Yeah, like you've got Rent-A-Thug on speed dial. What?
It's just, he is my son. And I would do anything I could to protect him. Seeing him up on that roof, I keep having the same nightmare. That he's falling, and I'm too late. I wake up before he hits the pavement. There's no excuse.
For what?
I let Brody and Shane think that it was Clint who hired those guys. But it was me. I hired him.
What? I was just gonna put it under his head.
Under his head?
Come on.
No, you come on. You're the one who suggested that we nudge him over the threshold.
I was joking. I'm a thief, not a killer, Aubrey. I thought you knew that.
And I thought I could trust you.
Me? How many times have we run this scam? Right now, we're supposed to be on the beach counting our money. But you're at home playing house.
Oh, not this again.
You think this is fun for me? You think I like staying at the Armpit Motel waiting for you to get it in gear and take this guy? We're on a job, Aubrey.
I know that.
Really? Then why do I get the feeling you'd like to make it permanent? Which is fine. If you're done, you're done. Just say it and I'll leave.
No, it's you and me, Cutter, like it's always been.
Then let's cut our losses and get out of here.
And just walk away?
Why not? There's always another Mark.
We've worked so hard, and think about it, now that Clint's in a coma, think of the possibilities. He dies, Joey gets his inheritance.
Which brings us back to where we started.
Oh my, if it isn't the Wentworths. Thank you. Aubrey, why aren't you with your husband?
Joey's at the court. His mom is fighting for custody of Ryder.
Shouldn't you be standing by the side of the man you love? Oh, my goodness, you are, aren't you? Oh, sorry. Is that your brother or your lover? Your brother, your lover, whatever. You're both a pair of cheap con artists, and you are trying to bleed Joey dry.
No, the judge hasn't ruled anything yet.
I'm gonna let her know that Mrs. Banks is recovered.
Mom, your health is what comes first.
I know that, darling.
Just hobble her back.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about this. I guess it was just all too much, Charlie's affair all over the television and then Tess coming over.
I knew it was her fault.
No, it was not her fault, okay? I am responsible for this. I let Nikki out because obviously I was overwhelmed, but that Jean was here too.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I heard that right. Did you just admit that you're not competent?
Shut up, Tess.
It's all right, Joey. It's okay. Sometimes I forget that I have so much support and that I don't have to do this alone. That you and Natalie were here for me is obviously what brought me back. Knowing you were here and knowing that you love me.
Yeah, well, she didn't drop either of you off in a bar. I would never do that to my kid. So I'm not leaving him. You can just forget it.
The judge is back.
Your Honor, we need to take my mother home.
Oh no, this hearing has dragged on long enough. There will be no more delays, no more theatrics. I've heard everyone's statements, and I'm ready to make my ruling. It's my responsibility to look after the interests of the child, who will provide Ryder with the best care, a good home, the guidance and support necessary for a healthy and productive future. Now, Mrs. Banks is seeking temporary custody of her grandson. She's a respected member of the community and has the means to provide for his care. And I have no doubt that she loves him very much. But after what I've witnessed in this hearing room, my concern is that given her chronic illness, the parade of characters that we saw here today could very well put Ryder at risk. Therefore, I cannot, in good conscience, award custody to Victoria Banks, and her appeal is hereby denied.
Well.
Whatever it is you think you know,
No,
Dorian.
Aubrey, forget it. She's obviously been talking with Kelly. And she's right. Your place is at the courthouse, by Joey's side.
I am not going to leave you here.
Don't worry. Dorian doesn't bite unless she's hungry. I'll handle it.
God, what if she tells Joey?
Your marriage will be over.
Don't ruin this for us.
So now you're worried about us.
It's all about us.
Prove it. Dorian, since you've been talking with Kelly, you probably know that she's agreed not to tell Joey about Aubrey and me.
I'm not Kelly.
No, you're not, but you're not going to tell anyone either.
I'm not.
No, because I've got something you want.
You hired those thugs?
I hired them to scare him. That's it. Beating him up, that was their idea.
Rex.
You're right. I should have known. When you hire muscle, these things can get out of control. I wasn't thinking. I just felt so angry and helpless. And this was before we went to therapy. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I went behind your back and did something illegal.
It's okay. I understand, really, I do. I don't want you getting arrested.
I don't think it'll come to that. At least I hope not. I'm just so sorry that I didn't tell you what I was doing. Because I want to keep things from you. You forgive me?
How can I blame you when I just said I wanted to thank Clint? And as for keeping something from me, Rex, I did something even worse.
You took the tape I made of our session together.
What are you talking about?
I left it with the receptionist for filing.
And it's missing? You've lost the Why would I take it? I haven't touched it. Why would I do that?
Because it's a record of your admission that you altered Natalie's medical records.
Yes, and it's confidential. But apparently now it's floating around the hospital with my name on it.
So you're saying you didn't take it?
No, I don't believe this. How careless are you?
Well, if you haven't taken it, I'm sure it'll turn up.
No, I haven't. Why would I? I went to you, I confessed to you on my own free will, knowing that what I said in that room would stay in that room. You can't even use it to recommit me.
But Marty, I was under the impression that you'd come to me to work on your issues.
I am. Why do you think I confessed in the first place? I feel so much better now that I don't have to carry all that around.
But Marty, you need to take responsibility for what you've done. You're a psychiatrist, you know this. You just can't give your guilty secrets to me and then continue to deceive John and Natalie. Don't you want to heal?
No, I wanted to get out of St. Anne's, which required outpatient treatment. You.
So you're manipulating the system?
Isn't therapy wonderful?
So you're breaking our date to have dinner with Marty? Was she right? Just using me to hurt Natalie? Or now that Marty's getting out of the hospital, you're getting back with her?
No, to all of it, and you should know that. Look, I was disturbed by what she said to you. So I went and talked to her shrink.
Talk to Marty's shrink, really?
Yeah.
What'd you find out?
There's something not right about Marty. I need to find out what it is before she hurts somebody. Remind me, never to sneak up on you again.
Well, next time I make something, I'll use a recipe that doesn't call for eggs. So this doctor, Marty Shrink, what exactly did she say?
You know, she's a doctor, so she's not really allowed to say anything, but I told her I wanted to talk about Marty, and I could see the alarms going off in her head. You know, I reminded her that if she thought Marty was a threat to herself or anyone else, that she was legally bound to talk to me.
Did you tell her that she threatened me?
Yeah, she didn't think you had anything to worry about. It would seem that Marty's focus is really on Natalie and the baby.
So, you're pursuing this because you're concerned about me and Natalie?
Well, right now I'm concerned about everyone, you know. Before she went into St. Anne's, Marty tried to kidnap Liam. I'm not really sure what she's capable of now.
John, you can tell me. Come on.
It's just something the doctor said before I left. She said that if I was concerned about Marty, then I should follow my instincts. It was like she was almost telling me to investigate this.
Yeah, or that there's something there to find.
Sorry I can't help you with your filing situation, but I do suggest that you fire your receptionist.
I'll speak to her about your tape. There's a possibility it may have been mislabeled.
What's that?
Dr. Bukhari's recording of Shane's session, everything he told her after we left the room.
You stole it?
I didn't mean to. Shane left his backpack in her office, and when I went back to get it, the tape was just sitting there on the desk with his name on it. And you know I didn't want him talking to her alone. I mean, we need to know what he's thinking. Anyway, when the receptionist went in to get his backpack, I kind of took it.
You kind of took it.
All right, I took it. I stole it, okay?
Did you listen to it?
No. Not yet.
I'll have my receptionist go through all the files from that week. I'm sure we'll find it.
Good. See that you do. Now, if you don't mind.
There's something else.
I have a dinner guest coming.
Perhaps he'd like to hear what I have to say. Marty, I realize I have no legal recourse when a patient confesses to a crime. I'm still bound by the rules of confidentiality.
I'm glad to hear it.
But that doesn't absolve me as a person. What you're doing is wrong.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
That you tell him yourself. If you tell him what you've done and that he's Liam's father, I'll do whatever I can to help you.
And what do you have that I want? Don't you dare!
You were more than happy to kiss me a few weeks ago.
I was using you to try to get over David. And then it turned out David had not left me after all. He was kidnapped by the man lying in this bed. But we got married, and we're very, very happy. So don't you try any of your male stripper pole tricks on me. Don't you dare. In fact, that hearing should be winding up just about now. I think I'll go over there.
Dorian!
Hey. How's my dad doing?
He's fine. I left Cutter with him, so he'll call if anything changes.
Mom, it's okay. We can appeal.
No, I don't think we can. This is entirely my fault.
No, it's not. You can call my lawyer for visitation, okay? This guy right here. Let's go get our son.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go call my mom and tell her that we're gonna come get Ryder.
I told you to sit down. I have not yet adjourned this hearing.
And what else is there to say? You're not giving Vicky custody of my son.
True. But you and Mr. Ford aren't getting custody of him either.
What are you talking about, Your Honor?
Honey, Your Honor, Ryder is our son. We're the biological parents.
Which
here,
doesn't make
so-
you fit to raise him. Now, the concerns I have about Mrs. Banks' mental state also apply to your wife. If I'm going to deny Mrs. Banks custody on the basis of her DID, I can't very well award custody to a woman so obviously in the throes of it herself.
I resent that.
I'm not sick, Your Honor. Ryder is my son.
Yes, he is. However, the picture you painted of a stable home life is a lie. I'm convinced your marriage is a fraud designed to give you access to Ryder's trust fund. It is hereby my decision that the child be placed in the care of the Commonwealth.
No!
Clint, you're awake.
Looks like it.
Well, thank heaven. Good. Doctor, please. We were all so worried about you.
You left me on the floor to die.
I saved your life, Clint. I gave you an aspirin. I got an ambulance to come and get you. Why, everybody is saying that I'm a hero.
If I tell the cops the truth, they'll be calling you a convict. You tried to murder me, Dorian.
All right, well, nice try, but no deal.
Can you live like this?
I think the question is, can you?
I don't have a choice. We both know I'm bound by the law.
That's right. You say anything about what we said in my session, you lose your license.
So you're just going to give it to me? Let me deal with your dirty work.
That's your job. But I'm sorry, I do sympathize a little bit. I've run into that myself when I've had a patient confess to something and I can't take it to the police. But that's why we get the big bucks here. We get to carry all that around.
Marty, this isn't about me. You're a doctor. You can't behave this way. You have an obligation to do the right thing.
Yes, I do the right thing. Dinner for two with John McBain. So the right thing.
I still want to have a chance to talk to Marty when she's got her guard down.
When she's lost in those baby blues of yours.
No.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I get it. I've been known to use my considerable powers of attraction to extract information now and then. It's okay.
I'll bet.
Yeah. Besides, I'm curious. And I don't want to be blindsided with another visit from Marty where she tells me the two of you are getting back together again.
Not gonna happen, not ever.
And I am not getting back together with Joey.
Well, good, now that we have all that settled.
Yes.
What do you say we talk about your considerable powers of attraction?
Okay. We can do this later. You have to go be a cop.
Yeah? Hey. Can I make this up to you? Can I see you later?
Definitely. Definitely. You know, there was something else that bothered me about Marty. It was about what she was saying about how it'd be as easy to break up you and me as it was to break up you and Natalie.
Yeah, I got that too.
She was talking about Liam's DNA test.
Question is, why didn't she show it to me?
Maybe she was waiting until it had maximum impact.
Talking about being blindsided.
Yeah, I know.
And if I had that evidence, things would be a lot different.
I know it was wrong. I was wrong to steal this tape.
Dr. Buhari says we need to respect Shane's privacy.
And I would if it was just drugs or sex or he wanted to drop out of school but he almost killed himself. What if he's thinking about doing it again?
And this all just happened, I guess. Maybe we need to assume that he's probably still thinking about it, at least on some level.
Yeah, how? Sleeping pills? Is he gonna lock himself in Vicky's garage and turn on the car? A gun? Razor blades? Is he gonna jump off of a bridge? Is he gonna throw himself in front of a car?
All right.
He's my baby!
I know.
And he's not. I mean, he's in high school. He needs his privacy. But I just feel like after everything he's been through, I just don't want to make another mistake. I mean, what if we had known about the bullying and we could have gotten him into counseling earlier or pulled him out of that school? What if he said something in that session that we need to know about? And I don't know that doctor. I don't know her. I don't know if she's any good, if I can trust her. And she just met Shane. What if she misses something and we could have saved him? Okay, you're right. You're right. If I betray Shane's privacy, I could lose him. I need to trust that Dr. Buhari knows what she's doing. I need to return the tape. I'm gonna do it now before I change my mind, okay?
Gigi, wait.
Your Honor, please. Please, that child belongs with his family.
Your Honor, I'll take him. I have a son at home, Liam. He is the same age as Ryder.
The son she had with my fiance.
Would you rather Ryder go to foster care than come home with me?
If home is Landfair, that's Vicky's house. Or should I say Vicky, Nikki, Jean's house?
Oh, you live with your mother?
I would be the one taking care of him.
Nevertheless, if Mrs. Banks resides in the home, I'm afraid it's not an option.
Your Honor, please. You cannot seriously believe that placing my grandchild with strangers is a better solution.
Unfortunately, it appears to be the only solution available to us at the moment. Bailiff, inform social services that a child will be coming into custody.
What about us? Joey and me. Ryder is Joey's nephew and mine. You're always saying how you want a house filled with kids. We're newlyweds and we're really happily married. He wants to be jealous of Kelly? I'll give him something to be jealous of.
Whoa! I've heard of kissing cousins. This is ridiculous.
We're his family and we live nearby.
Happily married? Yeah, right.
Mrs. Ford, do you know something about the Buchanan's marriage?
You're right. If we had known what was going on with Shane, he might not have ended up on that roof. But if I hadn't hacked into his My Face account, we might not have ended up there in time. So, yes, we need to respect Shane's privacy, but, this snooping isn't about finding out what girl he likes or if he's tried weed. We're talking about suicide.
So what are you saying? We should listen to it?
Maybe.
I'm sorry again about dinner.
Oh, we'll do it another time.
Yeah?
No big deal. Anyway, I have a stringer over at the courthouse. He's waiting on Jessica's custody hearing, so I better get over there, check it out myself. Which reminds me, Blair and I found this in Todd's office. It was taped on the inside of his desk.
Inside his desk? Mm-hmm. Like he was hiding it?
Yeah, absolutely. Blair and I thought it had something to do with why he was shot. So I ran it through a decryption program I found on the internet, but no go.
Well, it's because I need to get you your very own decoder ring. I'll have a look at that later.
You, have fun with Marty, okay?
How am I supposed to concentrate on work when you do stuff like that?
Check her stove. Make sure she's not boiling a bunny.
John broke things off with you a long time ago.
I'm not delusional, Doctor.
And how did he end it? If I recall from your file, you'd stolen a letter from his desk.
No, I didn't steal it. I gave it to him.
But not right away. You hid it. You lied about it. And now you've lied to him again. Do you really think you can keep this up? Lying to a man who can't abide lies? Do you think you can take that kind of pressure? Always keeping a secret?
No, but see, it won't be a secret because I will come to your little office every week and tell you everything that I'm telling John.
No, I'm sorry. I won't do that.
But you have to. You're my court-appointed psychiatrist. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Marty, I couldn't live with myself if I allowed you to do this. You're hurting yourself, John, Natalie Banks, the child.
I know it's hard, but guess what? You either keep your mouth shut or you lose your career.
Well, then maybe that's what has to happen.
Clint, I've seen this before with heart attacks. The lack of oxygen, the brain gets confused.
I'm not confused.
That's your opinion.
I almost died because you wanted that tape.
What tape?
You left me on the floor to die, and you refused to call an ambulance until you got what you wanted. The evidence that Echo knew all along that Rex was my son.
All's well that ends well. I gave that tape to Vicky. She has no doubt shown it to Charlie. And now that he knows the truth, he will break up with Echo. So, good on us. We did a wonderful thing.
Dorian, you could have killed me.
Nurse.
The doctor's on his way.
Well, is Mr. Buchanan going to be all right? I mean, now that he's awake.
He suffered a lot of damage to his heart. Had Mayor Lords brought him sooner, could have made a difference.
Stop whining, Clint. You're alive.
No thanks to you. You withheld treatment. And that criminal.
I may have delayed a few seconds.
Until you got what you wanted. I'm gonna get back at you, Dorian. For leaving me on the floor to die.
Gotcha. What is she talking about?
Just spit it out. Tell the judge what you know, whatever it is.
Mrs. Ford, you have something to share about the Buchanan's marriage?
Yeah, I do.
Tess, face facts. It's over. Making up lies about Joey and me is not going to get you what you want. This court isn't going to let you anywhere near Ryder's trust fund.
You guys can rip off Joey and take the entire Buchanan fortune. But I want in on the deal.
Which means what?
Simple. I want half. You have to face reality, which I know is not easy given your illness, but that's just the way things are, and you'll have to make the most of it. We will take very good care of Ryder. I promise. You can trust me.
You're right. I understand.
Your Honor, my husband is the most honest, loving, wonderful man in the world. I know we can do this. Please, please, will you just grant us temporary custody of the baby?
Mr. Buchanan, I'm glad to see you're awake. May Lord?
Doctor, if you'll excuse me. Clint, I'll check in on you later.
Mayor Lord, we need to finish our conversation.
Would you go get the car? Thank you. I have nothing to say to you, but I have an awful lot to say to Joey.
You're not gonna say anything.
Oh, really? Try and stop me.
Well, how's this? If you breathe a word about me and Aubrey, then I tell the world about how you withheld medical treatment from Clint Buchanan long enough to kill him.
Just give it to me straight, Doc. How bad is it?
So, unless you want to be charged with attempted murder, you're gonna let Aubrey and me live happily ever after.
I hereby award temporary custody of the minor child to his uncle, Joseph Buchanan, and his wife, Aubrey. My clerk will draw up the papers. This hearing is now adjourned.
All rise.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, honey, thank you.
Oh, no, don't thank me. Don't. Thank Aubrey. She was amazing.
And I meant every word, Vicky, that I said about your son. He is the best.
Well, it was a lucky day when you joined this family.
You know something. You could have prevented my son being given away to those people.
He was gonna go to foster care.
You don't care about what happens to him. Tell me what you know.
Nothing.
Nothing. This marriage is over.
You know what? This will be great practice for when we have kids.
Oh, yes, and Vicky, I hope you don't mind if I call you about every 10 minutes to ask for advice. You too, Natalie.
No, any time at all, sweetheart.
I'm gonna go call Nigel and see if he wants to set up a crib.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, thank heavens.
Ford, wait! Come on! Natalie. What? No date with John tonight? He had other plans. So can I assume Ford and Tess lost custody? You're smarter than I thought. Vicky has custody of the baby now, right?
No. Actually, Joey and Aubrey have custody.
You're willing to lose your license, your career, your livelihood to keep me away from a man who loves me.
Marty.
You're willing to do all that? And how will you pay for your legal fees? Because I will sue you, and you may end up spending time in jail.
It's a civil offense.
And you will have plenty of time to think about it when you're on the unemployment line. And to think it was all because you wanted to help people.
I'm not going to give up on you, Marty.
And you're obviously not going to tell. So, I will see you at our next session, Doctor. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You are aware that even if I keep your secret, someone will discover you changed those paternity records.
Oh, hell. You with me?
Who's gonna tell? We're the only two people in the world who know the truth. Now, please, get going, okay? And not a word to John McBain.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live.
And Uncle Tomas doesn't have any reason to hurt Dad, does he?
That means Tomas Delgado was up to no good.
I have a confession to make, man. Pedro Evans tried to kill himself.
Don't you want Dr. Bahar to tell me?